Recoil Case. The Recoil Case hit me by surprise, as chronologically, from what I understand, it was cases were being removed chronologically. And Dreams and Nightmares case came out before this, though it looks like Valve had made a executive decision to remove this before the Dreams and Nightmares case. The Dreams and Nightmares case is a very expensive case and has seen some form of price increase anyway through like market kind of speculation. But with the Recoil case, this was removed yesterday and it is now confirmed rare. The amount of these cases being open has substantially decreased, and the price has increased quite substantially. Over the 30 days, it's been up, well, you can see over the 7 days basically reflects the price increase over the 30 days. This is just due to the news that this has been a confirmed rare. So it went from 35 cents up to 53, and seeing supposedly an 81% increase, 56%. Very cool case. It does have really good skins in it, and which may be worthwhile looking into alongside buying the case if you ever do consider. We have seen a substantial increase in daily sales, so people did buy out this bottom floor where it was just fluctuating around. And yeah, so we can see for the year, it really just didn't move much. Kind of horizontal. It did peak at 53, and this is what the price is at now. So very interesting insight with regards to Recoil. I do think the Dreams and Nightmares case will follow, but I'm not entirely sure when or how soon, as we have been released a new terminal, which I'll be looking into another video. But the terminals, it look like they are a means of where Valve want to kind of bypass the loophole of cases and the gambling aspect of cases, alongside maybe some other kind of functions of ways you can open cases. But yeah, Recoil case, definitely a good case. If you were lucky and you were stockpiling as you were going, you probably bought these for like 25p, but here it's like 34 cents. You were buying them, and you've now reaped the rewards. Definitely a case potentially to keep. Just because looking at these numbers, we're looking at these numbers. So October 2025 up until February. So we were seeing 12%, nearly 13% of the percent of total cases of recoils being opened. About 8 million in that month. And that's 4% of the total cases in supply. And then and that was actually unboxing numbers as well. And then we move on to looking at around November, we saw 4.5, 10%. And then came December, 10%, 2.5. It looked like supply was decreasing, even though the percentage of total was still fluctuating around the same. So we see another 10%, around 2.3 million. And then we see another 10% of 2 million. If highly unlikely, and I highly doubt this will keep up its pace due to the prices that the Recoil case will go up to potentially if we keep depleting and diminishing the supply of this case. We should see some kind of movement with regards to the prices increasing, and we should see maybe potentially the number of total percentage of the case decreasing. Just as it gets more expensive, people are not inclined, and they'll look for the next best, unless there's something that's keeping them in it. And like Recoil case does have some good coverts, some good golds. So I would like to see where it goes from here. I do think people will start stockpiling this, as it's such a cheap case, and there's almost near unlimited. I say almost near unlimited, but it's not unlimited. It's like the potential gains completely outweighs the potential losses due to the fact that it's so cheap. So even if it does dip back down to a price around here, people, I reckon, will still hold due to the fact that, like, oh, you've only lost 5 cents instead of losing $5. So definitely a good case to keep an eye out on. And yeah, I'll move on to looking into the X-ray cases now. Yeah, this leads me on to another revelation with regards to CS. I believe it's coming out on the 16th for Germany. So it is another market that's going to be impacted, though I don't think it will be severely impacted due to the fact that you no longer need to buy keys to open your cases. It does remove the kind of dopamine impact of opening cases. So, like, just opening and getting a gold and seeing the kind of wheel go, this does change the whole aspect of it. So what you would have to do now is basically you'll scan this case, you'll scan the case with an CS2's X-ray scanner. You'll see the item inside, and I believe you'll get an option whether you want to purchase the key to attain the item, almost like the terminal. So you'll go through this opening case and you'll scan it, and then once you've scanned it, you have an option to claim or buy it, I believe, or buy a key to get the item. So it's with EU legislation, you know what you're actually buying instead of buying a key in a case and actually having a gamble, which is, I think, very promising for the market and the people who play the game. Hopefully, it gets rid of a lot of the kind of enticing aspects of CS case opening and makes it a bit more fair for everyone, understandably. So yeah, the item has, so as you can see, this is actually just a web page of from Steam. I scan, it's no longer in my inventory, scan it, okay, cool. Then I scan a container to see its contents, trade the sale, yes. Now, scan container cannot be traded or sold in Steam Market, so you can't trade the scanned X-ray cases. Even if it's a knife, you can't just trade it. I have a scanned item has been revealed. How do I scan another container? Once a container has been scanned, an item has been revealed. The only way to scan another container is to purchase and claim the previously revealed item. So you do have to buy it. Can I reset a container's contents or scan the same container more than once? Can't. Once scanned, the item container is locked and cannot be changed. Can I scan different? Nope. The only way to can I scan multiple containers if there are different types? No. Only one container of any kind can be scanned at one time. Can I scan souvenir packages? Yes, souvenir packages can be scanned and they'll be consumed. Yep. So that rounds it all up. Very interesting take from Valve. And as you're probably aware, there's a new terminal case out in which I'll be doing a video on, and maybe I'll open one up. But yeah, we will have a whole different market, it looks like. A bit more moral and ethical practices Valve put out. But yeah, that was my thank you guys all for tuning in, and that's a little quick recap on the updates that Steam and CS have imposed on us. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time on the next video.